Hello everybody, welcome to our next IELTS listening lesson. So guys, today we will talk about diagram and flowchart. Demek hammaga assalomu alaykum. Bugungi mavzumiz demak diagram hamda flowchart savol turini ko'rib chiqamiz. So guys, let's get started. Okay, so what you will learn today, today's lesson include sample questions, strategy and tips, practice question, answers and vocabulary tips. Demek bugungi darsda biz nimani ko'rib chiqamiz? So, first of all guys, sample question, savol turi, uni ishlash yo'llari hamda maslahatlar, practice question keyin mashq qilamiz, javoblari hamda shunga doir bo'lgan so'zlar. Okay, let's get started. So guys, it is the first type of diagram. In this slide, you can see how it looks. Demek, ushbu slaydda bizda berilgan diagramma, ya'ni IELTS listeningda diagram savol turi qanday ko'rinishi mumkin. Demek, quyidagi bizda rasm berilgan cycle, ya'ni bu qanday ma'lumot borligi. So, this is the first type, and so guys, it is the second type, the flow chart. Demek, bu flow chart degan bundan avvalgisi diagram, and this one is flowchart. Okay, now we will see how to analyze and how to do this kind of question type. Okay, so what you should do in the exam if you face diagram or flowchart. Demek, imtihonda agarda sizga diagram yoki flowchart kabi savol turi tushsa, nima qilishingiz kerak ekan? Demek, birinchi bo'lib albatta read the instruction, read the question degan narsa har doim birinchi bo'lib imtihon yoki biron bir testdami savol olgandan keyin qarashimiz kerak uni berilgan savollarga. Ya'ni read the instruction. Second one, read the labels and title. Hamda keyingi ikkinchi yo'limiz bu bizda berilgan sarlavhani o'qishimiz kerak ekan. Ya'ni tekstda berilgan, bizda rasmda berilgan ma'lumotni to'g'ri tushunish uchun. Uchinchi qadam, predict to answer, javoblarni taxmin qilib ko'ramiz. Ya'ni qanaqa so'z turkumi qo'yish mumkin? Ot, sifat, son, fe'l, or you may guess just the right answer yoki shunchaki javobni taxmin qilishingiz mumkin. And four, guys, synonyms and paraphrasing. Va bizda savollarga berilgan gaplarga qarama-qarshi o'xshash bo'lgan so'zlarni topishga urinishimiz kerak. Hamda 5-qadam bu the introduction. Ya'ni bizda diagram hamda flowchart degan savol turida audioda birinchi bizda kirish qiladi. Tushuntirishga, mana shu kirish qismini eshitish juda ham muhim, chunki bundan keyin davomida nima bo'lishini bizda kirishda aytib o'tadi. Hamda keyingi qadam bu answer order. 6-qadam ekan, javoblar tartibi. Demak, diagramda, flowchartda savol turi, ya'ni savollar ham ketma-ket berilmaydi diagramda. Shuning uchun yaxshilab qarab olish kerak, qaysi tomonda qaysi son berilgan va qaysidan keyin qaysi biri keladi. Okay, and 7, watch out for distractors. Demak, 7-qadam bu bizga qo'yilgan tuzoqqa ehtiyot bo'lish kerak ekan hamda shuni qarab javobni topishimiz kerak. So guys, and the last step is guess the answer. Agarda ushbu yo'llarni qo'llab ham javoblarni topa olmasangiz, demak, oxirgi qadam bu albatta taxmin qilish bo'ladi. So you may guess if you want in order not to make it just list. Okay, so today you will see this diagram in order to understand you, to teach you. You will look through this kind of diagram and you will do this in order to practice. Demak, biz bugun ushbu quyidagi diagramni ko'rib chiqamiz. Demak, bizda ushbu savol tushdi imtihonda. Xo'p, nima qilishimiz kerak? Birinchi bo'lib albatta biz savollarni o'qishimiz kerak ekan. Like question 23, 25. Demak, 23 dan 25 gacha bo'lgan savollar bizda bor ekan. Hamda complete the notes on the diagram below degan. Ushbu diagrammani to'ldirish kerak bizga maqsad. Hamda juda ham muhim qismi write no more than 3 words and a number for each answer. Demak, ushbu diagrammada bizga 3 ta so'z va yoki bitta raqamdan ko'p bo'lmagan so'z qo'llash kerak ekan. Shunga diqqat bilan e'tibor bering. Hamda titleimiz, headlineimiz, the operational cycle, ushbu narsa bizga quyidagi diagramma bo'yicha ma'lumotni berishi mumkin. Demak, biz savollarni ko'rdik, savol turini ko'rdik. Endi biz ko'rib chiqamiz bu diagramma o'zi nima to'g'risida hamda savollar qayerda joylashgan. Hope if you guys look clearly this photo, you can see at the top you can see global satellite. Demak, bizda ushbu qurilma berilgan. Hamda both bu tomonda berilgan information is analyzed and it is a station. And our first question is 23. It is here. Demak, biz birinchi savolimiz 23 ushbu joyda joylashgan ekan. aytyapti ekan, flood dropped into the ocean and something by satellite degan narsa berilgan. Xo'p, ushbu savolni yaxshilab ko'rib chiqamiz. Flood dropped deyapti. Demak, bizda ushbu qurilmamiz flood deb atalar ekan. Flood dropped into the ocean deyapti. Ya'ni flood degan qurilma okeanga tushiriladi and something by satellite deyapti ekan. Demak, ushbu qurilma orqali bunga bir nima bo'lish kerak ekan. Like in this gap guys you may use a verb. Demak, bizda ushbu yerda qo'llashimiz mumkin ekan fe'l. Xo'p, endi keyingi savolga o'tsak, average distance traveled. Demak, o'rtacha masofa qancha bo'lishi mumkin? Ushbu qurilma tarqatish mumkin bo'lgan. Demak, bundan taxmin qilish mumkinki, ushbu bo'shchaga biz qo'yishimiz mumkin raqam, ya'ni chunki average distance deyapti ekan. O'rtacha masofa bo'lgandan keyin bizga raqam kerak bo'ladi. Hamda 25-savol, flood records change in salinity and something. Demak, aytyaptiki, ushbu qurilma aytyapti, records change in like something and salinity. Demak, bizga ushbu bo'shchaga qo'yishimiz kerak bo'lgan narsa bu ot. Ya'ni u nimani change qiladi? Ya'ni qaysindagi bo'lgan change'larni o'ziga yozib olish kerak ekan ushbu qurilma. So, we have seen the diagram guys and now it's time to practice. Listen to the audio and try to find the answers.
You will hear part of a seminar entitled Understanding the World's Oceans, given by a climate scientist. First, you have some time to look at questions 21 to 25 on pages 5 and 6. Now listen carefully and answer questions 21 to 25.
Thanks to all of you for coming along today to hear about how the robotic float project is helping with ocean research. Well, first of all, we'll look at what a robotic float does and its use. So let's start with the device itself. It looks a bit like a cigar and it's about 1.5 meters long. More importantly, it's full of equipment that's designed to collect data. So it can help us in building up a profile of different factors which work together within the world's oceans.
Sounds like a big project. Isn't it too big for one country to undertake?
That's quite true, but this project is a really good example of international cooperation. Over the last 5 years, scientists from 13 countries have been taking part in the project and launching floats in their area of ocean control. And next year, this number will rise to 14 when Indonesia joins the project.
That's impressive.
But let's move on to how floats work. The operational cycle goes like this. Each of the floats is dropped in the ocean from a boat at a set point and activated from a satellite. Then the float immediately sinks about 2,000 meters. That's 2 whole kilometers down in the water. It stays at this depth for about 10 days and is carried around by the currents which operate in the ocean at this level. During this time, it's possible for it to cover quite large distances, but the average is 50 kilometers.
So, what is it actually recording?
Well, at this stage, nothing. But as it rises to the surface, it collects all sorts of data. Most importantly, variations in salinity, that's salt levels, and the changes in temperature, a bit like underwater weather balloons. Then, when it gets back to the surface, all the data it's collected is beamed up to the satellite. After about 5 hours on the surface, the float automatically sinks, beginning the whole process again.
Okay, so look guys, let's look at the answers. 23 is activated. That's the right answer. And why? Xo'p, bizda ushbu javobimiz is degan yoki you may say activated. Bu javob nega to'g'ri? Xo'p, bizda savol berilgandi. Flood dropped into ocean and something by satellite. Xo'p, va ushbu gap bizda aytib o'tildi audiomizda. The operational cycle goes like this. Each of the floods is dropped in the ocean from a boat at a set point and activated from a satellite deyapti ekan. Demak, quyidagi bizda dropped, demak dropped in mana dropped into ocean ni bizda savolda berilgan va bizda aytyapti audioda dropped into the ocean. And in the question you can say like by, but in the audio you can hear from, but the same meaning. So demak bizda ushbu ma'no berilgan, o'xshash ma'no hamda to'g'ri javob bo'ladi activated. By, in here in place of from you can use by if you want, and here it is like dropped in the ocean, you can see dropped into the ocean, like both of them have the same meaning. 24. So 24, the answer is average around about approximately 50 kilometers. Demak bizda javobimiz 50, boya aytganimizdek son qo'llanyapti, ya'ni 50 kilometr ekan. Ushbu savol berilgan average distance traveled, ya'ni o'rtacha masofa qancha bo'lishi mumkin ekan va bizda aytib o'tildi audiomizda, scientist ya'ni olim aytib o'tdi, it stays at this depth for about 10 days and is carried around by the currents which operate in the ocean at this level. During this time, it's possible for it to cover quite large distances, but the average is 50 kilometers. Demak, ushbu joyda bizda bor yo'g'i bittagina raqam bergan o'zi 50. Bu gaplarni tushunmagan odam ham raqamni qo'yib javobini topishi mumkin edi. Demak, nega bu javob to'g'ri? Chunki bizda berilgan the information in the diagram is paraphrased. The word average and distance have been repeated, but traveled has been paraphrased in these two like phrases. Okay, like carried out and cover, guys. These two sentences, I mean these two words have been paraphrased, and from this you can understand that this sentence means the same sentence as this one, and the answer is 50 kilometers. So the last one, 25. Demak, so'nggi javobimiz all the answers options are the correct. Bizda ushbu javob qo'yish mumkin bo'lgan. Birinchisi change in temperature or water ocean sea temperature, temperature change, temperature of water ocean sea. Hop, nega bu javob to'g'ri? Savol berilgan bizda flood record changes in salinity and something. Demak, biz topishimiz kerak bo'lgan narsa bu yerda noun va bizda qanday aytib o'tdi audiomizda. So what is actually recording deyapti ekan. Ushbu savol bizda berilgan, ya'ni aytib o'tildi audioda, ya'ni u o'zi aslida nimani yozib oladi deyapti ekan, boyagi qurilmani, hamda olimning javobi quyidagicha bo'ldi. Well, at this stage nothing, but as it rises to the surface, it collects all sorts of data. Most importantly, variation in salinity, that's salt levels and the changes in the temperature. So I think that you have noticed this word changes and variation, guys. This variation and changes means like change or alternate. And the first one is salinity, while the second answer is temperature. A bit like underwater weather balloons. Demak, ushbu javobda bizda savolimizda berilganda change degan keywordimiz, kalit so'z bizda change bo'lgan hamda bo'lgan salinity. Bizda aytib o'tildi ham bu gapda variations and salinity. Va bu javob ketdi hamda bizda bundan keyingi kelish kerak bo'lgan otimiz bo'yapti bu temperature, change in temperature. From this keyword, guys, you can easily note the true answer. Okay, so today we have seen with you like flowchart and diagram. We really want this video will be helpful for you and you have to learn something from it. So guys, this is the end of our lesson. Goodbye, take care, see you soon.